We spend billions of dollars on supplements, protein powders, fish oil, everything promising to keep us strong. Yet, so many of us still wake up feeling stiff and a step slower each year. So, what is the real secret to rebuilding that strength? It's not about taking more omega-3 seconds, and it isn't another expensive supplement you take with breakfast. The truth, discovered through decades of research, has been overlooked because it's not about what you take, but when. The key is activating your body's own repair cycle while you sleep, using 2 simple vitamins. And here's the best part. This isn't about a new diet or exercise plan. It's a simple adjustment that works with your biology. I'm Dr. William Lee, a physician with over 25 years of experience specializing in age-related muscle loss. I've seen this change lives. So, if you're tired of that morning stiffness, or just feeling like you've lost your power, stay with me. The science is simple, and the solution could change how you feel every single morning. If any of this sounds familiar, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. And be sure to like and subscribe because you will want to hear what comes next. All right, let's begin with our first section. Section number 1, the omega-3 misconception, the firefighter versus the construction worker. For many years, we've been told that if we want to protect our muscles and stay strong, we need omega-3 seconds, commonly found in fish oil. And it's true, omega-3 seconds are incredibly important. I often recommend them to my patients for supporting heart health and keeping the mind sharp. They are fantastic at what they do, which is reducing inflammation. Think of it this way. Every single day, just from living your life, walking, gardening, carrying groceries, your muscles experience tiny amounts of wear and tear. This creates a low level of inflammation. It's like a tiny smoldering fire in your tissues. Omega-3 seconds are like the body's expert firefighters. They rush to the scene and they expertly put out those little fires. They cool everything down, which is why they can help reduce that feeling of morning stiffness or post-activity aches. This is a critical first step. You absolutely cannot begin to repair a building while it is still on fire. So, the firefighters must do their job first. Their role is indispensable in preparing the ground for any future healing. Without them, the environment remains chaotic and hostile to any kind of restoration. But, and this is the crucial point we have missed for so long, after the firefighters leave, the building is no longer burning, but it is still damaged. The fire is out, but the walls are scorched, the foundation is weakened, and the structure is not sound. The firefighter's job is done. They do not carry hammers or blueprints. They do not know how to rebuild. To do that, you need a completely different team. You need a construction crew. This is where the misconception lies. We have been sending in the firefighters and then wondering why the building isn't getting rebuilt. Omega-3 seconds calm the environment, creating the perfect, quiet conditions for repair to begin. However, they do not possess the tools or the instructions to actively rebuild muscle tissue, to repair the DNA within the cells, or to synthesize new, strong protein fibers. Their role, while vital, is passive. They set the stage. They don't act in the play. So if we are only focusing on omega-3 seconds for our muscle health, we are only doing half the job. We're putting out the fire, but we're leaving the damaged structure to fend for itself. To truly restore strength and wake up feeling renewed, we need to hire that construction crew. We need to supply the builders. Now, let's move on to our second section. Section number 2, the nighttime repair crew, introducing vitamin D and B12. So who exactly makes up this essential construction crew we've been talking about? Who are the builders that come in after the omega-3 firefighters have calmed everything down? They are 2 of the most familiar nutrients we know, but their most powerful roles have been largely misunderstood. They are vitamin D and vitamin B12. Now, when most people hear vitamin D, they think of bone health and sunshine. When they hear B12, they think of a quick energy boost. And while they do contribute to those things, their primary, most profound job is far more sophisticated. They are not just simple building blocks. It's more accurate to think of them as the master foreman on the construction site of your body. They are what we call genetic activators. Think of that term for a moment, genetic activators. This means they are like tiny molecular switches that travel throughout your body. During the day, most of these repair switches are in the off position because your body is busy with other things, moving, thinking, digesting. But at night, during the deep phases of sleep, a master signal is sent out. It's time for repairs to begin. This is when vitamin D and vitamin B12 step in to do their most important work. They flip the switches on the specific genes responsible for muscle repair, DNA proofreading, and cellular regeneration. They don't just passively float around, they actively give instructions. They unlock the codes embedded in our biology that tell a muscle cell how to rebuild itself stronger than it was before. This isn't a new health trend. It's a deep, ancient biological process. Your body is programmed with this incredible wisdom, this innate ability to heal and restore itself. However, that program cannot run without its key operators. Vitamins D and B12 are those key operators. Without them, the repair signals can be weak, or they may not get sent out at all. The genetic blueprints for repair remain rolled up on a shelf, unread. But when these two vitamins are present at the right time at night, they wake up this dormant potential, unleashing your body's full built-in capacity to rebuild and rejuvenate while you rest. They are the essential crew that makes true cellular level restoration possible, turning your sleep into a productive period of profound renewal and strength building. Let's explore our third section. Section number 3, vitamin D, the conductor of muscle repair. Let's take a closer look at the first member of our nighttime repair crew, vitamin D. As I mentioned, most of us associate it with bone health, which is certainly important, but its role in muscle is perhaps even more critical as we age. The most important thing to understand about vitamin D is that it's not really a vitamin at all. It functions as a powerful hormone. A vitamin is a substance the body needs to function, but a hormone is a messenger. It carries instructions from one part of the body to another, telling your cells what to do. And the message that the hormone vitamin D carries is a direct order to your muscle tissue. When vitamin D finds its specific receptor on a muscle cell, think of it like a key fitting into a lock. It sends a signal straight to the cell's nucleus, the command center. That signal says one thing: begin the process of protein synthesis. It's time to rebuild. This is why I like to call vitamin D the conductor of the muscle repair orchestra. The conductor doesn't play a single instrument, but without their guidance, the orchestra produces only noise. With a conductor, it creates a beautiful symphony. Vitamin D coordinates the incredibly complex process of mending and strengthening countless muscle fibers, ensuring each repair is executed flawlessly. But what makes this process truly remarkable is its timing. The conductor only raises their baton when the audience is settled and the concert hall is quiet. In our bodies, this happens at night. The expression of those vitamin D receptors, the locks on our muscle cells, actually follows our daily rhythm. They are most sensitive and ready for instructions in the evening. This is because vitamin D works in perfect harmony with melatonin, our primary sleep hormone. As melatonin levels rise in the evening, signaling to your body that it's time to shift from a state of activity to a state of restoration. It's like the house lights dimming in the concert hall. This is the cue for vitamin D to step onto the podium. When you take vitamin D in the evening, you are ensuring the conductor is present and ready. The very moment the symphony of repair is scheduled to begin, creating a powerful synergistic effect that dramatically enhances your body's ability to rebuild overnight. Now for our fourth section. Section number 4, vitamin B12, the fuel technician for your cellular engines. If vitamin D is the orchestra's conductor giving the grand instructions for repair, then vitamin B12 is the essential behind the scenes crew. It's the fuel technician, the stagehand, and the instrument tuner all in one. Without B12, the conductor can wave his baton all he wants, but the lights won't turn on and the instruments will be out of tune. B12 has 2 critical jobs to perform during the nighttime repair shift. Its first job is a process called methylation. Now, that word sounds technical, but the concept is quite simple. Think of your DNA as the master blueprint for your entire body. Every day, through stress and normal metabolic processes, little smudges and errors can appear on that blueprint. Methylation, which is heavily dependent on vitamin B12, is like the body's master proofreading and editing system. It goes through the blueprints and fixes those smudges, ensuring that the instructions for rebuilding muscle are read perfectly clearly. Without enough B12, the repair orders sent by vitamin D can become garbled. The construction crew might be told to build a crooked wall or use the wrong materials. B12 ensures the original instructions are preserved and executed with absolute precision. Its second vital job is to manage the health of your mitochondria. You've likely heard of mitochondria referred to as the powerhouses or the batteries of our cells. This is a perfect description. All day long, these tiny batteries are working hard to give you the energy to walk, to think, and to live. By the end of the day, they are drained. Sleep is their designated recharging time. Vitamin B12 is the master fuel technician that oversees this critical recharging process. It helps convert the food you eat into the usable energy, ATP, that your mitochondria need to restore themselves. If your B12 levels are low, it's like trying to recharge your cellular batteries with a weak or faulty charger. You go to sleep with a depleted battery, and because the recharging process is inefficient, you wake up with that battery still only half full. This is a deep cellular reason for feeling persistent fatigue. For this reason, it's best to use the most effective form, methylcobalamin. Think of it as a high-quality smart charger that gives your cell batteries the purest, most efficient energy possible, ensuring you wake up fully powered. Let's proceed to the fifth section. Section number 5, the master clock. Why timing is everything. So why is this concept of timing, of taking these specific vitamins at night, so incredibly important? The reason is that our bodies are not static machines that operate the same way 24 hours a day. We are governed by a beautiful internal master clock known as the circadian rhythm. Nearly every single cell in your body, from your brain to your liver to your muscles, has its own tiny local clock. All of these clocks are synchronized by a master clock in your brain, which takes its cues from the rising and setting of the sun. This internal rhythm is perhaps the most powerful and overlooked force in our health. It dictates a precise schedule for virtually every biological process. And this schedule is divided into two very distinct phases. Daytime is performance mode. When the sun is up, your body's programming is geared towards action. Your hormones, enzymes, and metabolism are all optimized for spending energy, for being alert, for physical activity, and for breaking down tissues as a natural consequence of that activity. Think of it as a bustling workshop during business hours. The machines are running, workers are busy, and materials are being used up. But when the sun goes down, everything changes. Your body switches into repair mode. This is a profound biological shift. The workshop is closed to the public. The daytime workers go home, and a completely different team, the nighttime maintenance crew, comes in. Their job is not to produce, but to restore. During this phase, your body releases growth hormone, it activates genes responsible for cellular cleanup, and it prioritizes the rebuilding of damaged tissues, like your muscles. This is the body's sacred, scheduled time for restoration. Now, imagine this. If you deliver a fresh supply of high-quality tools and materials, our vitamin D and B12, to the workshop in the middle of the busy workday, what happens? They get pushed into a corner. The daytime workers are too busy to use them, and they might get lost in the shuffle. But if you deliver those same premium supplies right as the nighttime maintenance crew is clocking in for their shift, they have exactly what they need, right when they need it. The work becomes incredibly efficient. Taking these vitamins in the evening isn't a health hack. It's simply aligning our actions with the ancient, built-in wisdom of our own bodies. We are working with our natural rhythm instead of against it. Let's discuss our sixth section. Section number 6, the power of synergy. How D and B12 work together. By now, we understand the individual roles of our nighttime repair crew. Vitamin D is the conductor, and vitamin B12 is the fuel technician. But the real magic, the true transformation in how our body recovers, happens when they work together. Their relationship is not just additive, it is a powerful biochemical synergy, meaning that when combined, their effect is far greater than the sum of their individual parts. Let's go back to our construction site analogy to see how this works. As we've established, vitamin D, acting as a hormone, is the project manager. It arrives at the muscle cell, unrolls the blueprints, and gives the clear, authoritative command. Begin reconstruction. This is the essential genetic signal that initiates the entire process. Without this command, the construction crew would never even pick up their tools. But a command, no matter how clear, is not enough to build a structure. This is where vitamin B12 comes in. Its role is to handle all the logistics that make the project possible. First, through the process of methylation, it acts as the official who secures all the necessary building permits. It proofreads the blueprints, our DNA, to ensure there are no errors before construction begins. A project with unapproved or faulty plans is a disaster waiting to happen. B12 prevents this. Second, by fueling the mitochondria, B12 is the technician who turns on the giant generators that power the entire construction site. It provides a steady stream of energy needed to operate the cranes, the power tools, and the lights. Now picture this. If you only have vitamin D, the project manager is on site shouting orders, but the crew has no approved permits and no electricity. Nothing happens. They just stand around. Conversely, if you only have vitamin B12, the generators are humming and the permits are all stamped and approved, but there's no project manager to give the order to start. Again, nothing happens. You need both. You need the order to be given, and you need the logistical support to execute that order. This perfect partnership ensures the repair project runs smoothly and efficiently all night long. This energy also helps stabilize our sleep cycles, leading to deeper, more restorative rest, which is the exact state where this cellular construction is most active. Finally, we arrive at our seventh and last section of the main body. Section number 7, your action plan. A practical 5-step evening routine. Understanding the science is the first step, but turning that knowledge into action is what creates real change. So let's bring all of this together into a simple, practical framework you can begin tonight. This is your 5-step evening routine to maximize your body's natural overnight muscle repair. First, step number 1, optimize your timing. The ideal window to take your vitamin D and vitamin B12 is in the evening, approximately 30 to 60 minutes before you plan to go to sleep. This timing is precise. It allows the vitamins to be absorbed and become available in your system right as your body's melatonin levels are rising and the powerful nighttime repair mechanisms are preparing to switch on. To enhance this, take your vitamin D with a small source of healthy fat. This could be a handful of almonds, a slice of avocado, or even just the olive oil from your dinner. Fat is required for your body to properly absorb vitamin D, so this simple pairing makes a significant difference. Next, step number 2, choose the right forms. Not all supplements are created equal, and using the right form is critical for effectiveness. For vitamin D, you should always look for vitamin D3, which is also called cholecalciferol. This is the exact form your body naturally produces from sunlight, making it far more bioavailable than the D2 form. For vitamin B12, the superior choice is methylcobalamin. This is the active form of B12, meaning your body can use it immediately without having to convert it first. Think of it as choosing the perfect key for a lock instead of one. You have to jiggle. Step number 3, pair with supporting nutrients. These vitamins work best as part of a team. 2 of their most important partners are magnesium and vitamin K2. Magnesium helps your body activate vitamin D and also plays a role in muscle relaxation, which is perfect for nighttime. Vitamin K2 works to direct calcium into your bones and muscles where it's needed and away from your arteries where it can cause problems. Step number 4, integrate with whole foods. Remember, supplements are meant to fill in the gaps, not replace a healthy diet. Your foundation should always be real food. For vitamin D, include fatty fish like salmon and eggs. For B12, prioritize sources like grass-fed beef and dairy. And finally, step number 5, align your lifestyle. These nutrients need the right environment to work. Aim for a consistent sleep schedule. Dim the lights in your home an hour before bed to support your natural melatonin production. This simple plan works with your biology, creating the perfect conditions for overnight restoration. And there you have it. What you've just discovered isn't simply a tip about 2 vitamins. You now understand the fundamental secret to overnight renewal. It's the knowledge that true deep recovery, the kind that actually rebuilds muscle tissue and restores your energy at a cellular level, doesn't just come from protein or omega-3 seconds. It comes from working with your body's own powerful natural nighttime repair rhythm. You now have the power to activate that rhythm. Now, I don't ask you to change everything all at once. I'm only asking for one small thing. Just choose one of the steps from our action plan and try it tonight. That's it. Maybe it's just making sure you have that little bit of healthy fat with your vitamin D. That single simple step is how all lasting change begins. And so we can build a supportive community right here. If you feel inspired to take that first step, I would be honored if you would comment below with the simple words, "I'm ready." I personally read the comments, and it means a great deal to see your commitment to your own health. Finally, please always remember this. You are far stronger than you may think. Your body has a profound built-in capacity to heal and restore itself. Your journey to waking up feeling stronger and more revitalized is just beginning. Thank you for your time, and please subscribe to the channel so we can continue on this path together.